From free iPads to cash bonuses, we've seen no shortage of enticing deals to lure customers, but experts warn you should be wary of hidden gifts. Our financial expert, Peter Sajecki from Everything Financial, joins us this morning for some advice. Good morning.
Good morning. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you. Let's start off with the big story today, our top story. Interest rate up to 5%, the highest in 20 years. What do you say to people who were told by maybe people like yourselves, oh, you should have locked in, you should lock in, and then all of a sudden getting killed?
You can't really lock in now. I mean, let's be clear, too. This isn't really Bank of Canada. The key is to read the minutes from the Bank of Canada meetings,
yes,
which you can view probably by tomorrow, sometimes later today. And they're even saying interest rates shouldn't be going up. It's very clear that this is an attempt to really try and freeze or lower housing prices by the current Liberal government in Canada. It didn't work, Jason, in the early 80s with 18% rates. Housing prices still went up. You are not going to freeze housing prices with interest rates. Inflation is drastically going down. They are going to have to lower interest rates because otherwise those inflation rates are going to drop so low it will cause a recession. But we'll see what happens.
Really briefly, if you have a client that is on variable and comes to you and say, what do I do now? I can't afford. I'm just paying off interest and I can't even live properly.
Go short term. Go short term, 1 to 2 years. That will just buy you enough time. The banks are enticing you right now with really going a low rate on a 4 or 5 years because they want you to lock in.
Yeah.
Because they know. GIC rates are actually even going down. That shows you what's going to happen in the near future. Don't buy into the fear. They are going to go down. And we said, I tell people, plug your nose and tread water right now. Okay. And that's what you really have to do, unfortunately, and it's pretty sad.
Okay.
But it's just bad economic leadership right now.
Just got to navigate through this. Okay, Let's switch gears. There's no such thing as a free lunch. Why is that?
Unless I take you out.
Yeah, please.
The banks, as you said in the opening, are right now trying to entice people with iPads, cash bonuses to come deal with them. There's a lot of hidden fine print. You know, the average iPad they're giving away is like $400, and then you look at all the hidden fees. Nothing is for free. I always thought financial advice and your money, which is very important to you, that advice needs to be earned. You have to earn the relationship of a client, not buy the relationship of the client. There is nothing in life, Jason, that is for free. I said, you watch those gifts and then look at the fine print and realize, how long do you have to stay there? What are some of the other hidden fees? The banks give away nothing for free. The banks answer to shareholders. They're not a fiduciary there for the best interest of the client. I've looked at some of the fine print on these. You're going to have to keep your money in. And then what do you do when it's a lousy plan or a lousy investment or just a lousy mortgage situation with back-end fees, but you got a $400 iPad out of the deal? Go to town.
Does that also include for investing?
That's for investing. They have those deals. There's a deal right now with one of the major banks about moving your TFSA to them, and they give you a cash bonus, which it works out to like 0.25%. Like, really? I mean, get good advice. You're not buying a product. Your life, your finance is part of your overall financial plan, debt repayment plan, retirement plan, whatever you want. But look at the overall plan, not an individual product, because it's your money. I said, and you really have to take it into your own hands and really own it.
Finally, getting back to our top stories, in generic terms, what should you advise people when they're dealing with a variable rate, cost of living, grocery prices? What should be the priority in terms of somehow getting us through and managing your money properly?
Look at, if you can, and I had someone do this the other day who phoned us in, look at extending your amortizations. Maybe you're at 18 years on your amortization of your mortgage. Yeah. Look at redoing and just lowering your payments to get it out to 30 years. You are allowed to do that with most banks. And they're actually, I know I slam the banks a lot, but most of the people there will really help you out with that if they can, which a lot of cases they can in the contract, because it's not going to be 30 years for long. It won't take long for interest rates in a year from now to go quite a ways down. They're going to have to because of inflation going down. And then when you're able to change those payments back, you're going to get pretty much right back on track. The example was 18 years. Maybe you're going to lose 6 months of amortization, but you can put food on the table and just reduce that financial stress a little bit, and that alone helps.
Thanks for the free lunch later, Dave. Thanks, Peter.
Great to see you.
Sound advice.